Have you ever wondered what web hosting means to you? Do you often wonder if free web hosting is always good? Have you found yourself frequently thinking if the web hosting from home is right for you? If yes, then you have landed on the right video. Welcome back to another episode of Colorful Finance, the #1 source for content centered around earning money from home. We provide you with theoretical experience in our videos and practical experience with the tools we provide you in the description. Subscribe to the channel so you're always up to date with our latest uploads. In this video, we'll take you through everything you need to know about web hosting and what it means to you. Now let's get into it. When you first establish a presence online, you need to start with the right tools at your disposal to be successful. Throwing up any old domain name and using a free hosting service is not a great way to impress potential clients. Internet users are savvier today than they ever have been. If you are going to have an effective web presence, you need to reflect an awareness of what is current in the world of websites. Even if you are not a technology company, you still want to show your potential clients that you have what it takes to keep up with the modern advances in your field. Keeping up with the advances in internet technology will help you to do this. Web hosting is simply a process by which you place your website with a company that can use its server to maintain the site and its components. You can also host your own site, but this is for larger companies with data centers that need to be managed on-site. For smaller companies in Denver, hosting on a paid internet site is a good option. What will hosting do for your company? The first answer is simple. Paid hosting offers you a place to run your website online. You pay anywhere from $2 to $200 per month to a company that can store your domain on its server. This type of paid service is ideal for the website owner who is running a business but does not want to maintain the server. If you do not have experience with computers or do not have anyone on staff who is technically trained, then paid to host is for you. Hosting in Denver is a big job, and not one to be taken lightly. There are a number of options available online. So many, in fact, that it can be quite intimidating to the new user. So, to help you find the right hosting company for you, start by looking at your needs. First of all, how large of a site are you intending to run? If it is a big operation with lots of inventory and graphics, then you need plenty of storage space. Various hosting packages come with different levels of storage. If you intend to have a large number of visitors to your site, you also want to pay attention to the limit that some sites place on this, as some hosting companies offer different alternatives for smaller sites. If you want to add on the extras, like a visitor counter or other program, you need a hosting company that is CGI compatible. Common Gateway Interface is a way of linking programming applications, such as your counter, with HTML pages. You can also customize your site with active server pages, so check with your web designer and Denver hosting account to see if they are capable of handling ASP. If you run your store online and sell products or services, you will need hosting that allows you to operate e-commerce. This will include a shopping cart that customers use to check out merchandise or information products at your site without your constant attention. Some hosting services offer partnerships with large e-commerce providers, so look around for one that is well known and reliable. Another thing to look for in inventory sites is database support and extra space. If you want your site to run at high speed and deliver what your clients want at a fast pace, you need a hosting company that offers you extra bandwidth. Also, look for SSL, or Secure Socket Layer, which is essential for any e-commerce site to protect your customers and your database from hackers. Overall, look for a paid site that has all the benefits you want at a price that seems fair. Why getting a free web hosting might be a bad idea. Whether you're posting awesome gaming tips or you'd simply like to share pictures of your family and friends, you need a good web host. A web host essentially provides you with the space and the domain for your web content, and as you can tell with a quick search using the Google search engine, there are many free services out there. What exactly are you getting when you look at a free web host? Many people start building their websites up using the first free web host that they find, but is this really a good idea? There are many things to keep in mind when you are examining candidates for this service. Reliability is one of the first factors that you should look for in terms of getting the right web host. How receptive is your web host to ensuring that your site remains up, and are they reliable when dealing with things like hackers or infractions from another source? There are many things that can be done to your site from an outside source, so how is your web host going to handle it? Similarly, how committed is your web host to making sure that your site stays up? Free web hosts are often reticent to offer you any assurances in this regard. What resources does your web host have available? Good server technology and network redundancy are two things that are essential to being a good web host, and in many cases, free web hosts do not provide the latter. Your hosting package should have several connections online, ensuring that if one drops, another can take its place. Similarly, make sure that your web host is able to provide you with good tech support. Make a test call, if necessary, but if your site goes down, you might be depending on these people to help you get it back up. You should also find out if your host is at the end of the line in terms of service or if it is reselling hosting services. This is a good way to find out if your web host will provide you with quality service. Note that free web hosts can be notoriously unreliable in all of these regards. With a free web host, there is a good chance that you will end up doing a lot of independent research and trying to find your own solutions. While this might be interesting if you have time and trying to learn about web pages, this can be a real problem if your needs include putting up a site, making sure it stays up, and making it look at least semi-professional. These are all things to consider when you are thinking about whether or not to pay for web hosting. When it comes to web hosting, all too often you get what you pay for. As with any resource, remember that you should network and find out what other people have done. Are they enjoying their web service? Ideally, you should be able to consult someone who is using web hosting for the same reason that you are. While there are some good free web hosts out there, you'll find that paid web hosts, even ones with a small charge, are usually far superior. Is web hosting at home right for me? Many people today have considered web hosting at home. However, before you make that final decision, you should make sure you have all the facts. You will definitely want to weigh the pros versus the cons of hosting within your own home and decide if it is right for you. To do that, you must have the most accurate and helpful information available. This is where this article can help you. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about web hosting and what it means to you. Let us know in the comments section down below if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful and interesting. Remember to leave a thumbs up before you leave. Also subscribe to Colorful Finance and click the notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest releases as always. Thanks for stopping by and watching. See you again soon in the next one.